life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices to see it through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life that helps futures lose by.
What's up, everybody? This is Robert Ferguson. Yes, you're watching Diet Free Life with Robert Ferguson. I hope everybody had a great Christmas. And this is an impromptu delivery because I want to talk to you about becoming a coach. Becoming a certified nutritionist, health, and weight loss coach. One, we need more coaches. And when I say we, I mean the world. And the reason why I'm saying that is because nutrition education is king when it comes to putting yourself in a position where you can take a food as medicine approach to life and not find yourself relying on medications, relying on outside forces, if you will, to help you be healthy. Food can be our friend, but unfortunately, we live in a world right now where we have to learn how to navigate around all of the things that take away from our health. So I wanted to kind of give clarity to what I mean by a coach, because there's a lot of organizations that people can go to get the title of a nutritionist, dietitian, health coach, weight loss coach, personal trainer. But there's a huge difference between what is out there and what we provide with Diet Free Life Institute, DFL Institute, as far as putting you in a position where you win, where you will have something that no one else will have, because not only are you evidence-based when you get certified with us, you're clinically proven. It could take a person 15, 20, 30 years to be in a position where they could say that they're clinically proven. And most people that I meet, I don't even know a registered dietitian or any nutritionist who can say they're clinically proven. I can tell you a whole bunch of them are evidence-based. And I want you to understand the difference between evidence-based and clinically proven. See, as I record this video and share with you some important things that can help you, even if you're not wanting to be a coach, but help you as far as nutrition, I want you to know the difference, because the difference really is a difference. And when you're clinically proven, which is my life's work, when someone gets certified with me, I'm licensing them all the things that I've done. And then that makes them unique and different. And it gives them an edge that they would have never had the opportunity to have. And the reason why I'm doing this and have done this for years, and why I'm going to start really promoting my outreach to get more coaches, is because I can't do it alone. And I believe that many people in life have been in a situation where they could be helping, or they could have helped more people if they had created some type of structure so that the weight wasn't just on that one person, but they were able to leverage what they accomplished, give it to others who can also run with the ball. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a ball hog. When I think of Jack LaLanne, who I knew and spent time with, and I consider him a friend before his unlikely death, I would say that If he had a certification that with the ball was given to others based on the things that he had accomplished, his name would continue to grow, which is still there, but it would continue to grow in impacting other people. I believe that Richard Simmons was at a place where he had accomplished a lot. And if he had a methodology that was growing and evolving, then Richard Simmons would have been in a position where other people could have been certified to carry that ball forward and help other people. To do the things that I've done in the areas of health, weight loss, nutrition, I've been very lucky. It's been a blessing by God. I have something that's proven, and God forbid something happened to me and I'm not here anymore. I have coaches in place that have the ball and they can run with it. And so the diet-free life methodology that all of our coaches are certified to teach and are trained on will live on. Will live on. It won't, if something happens to me, it doesn't die. It lives on. And we have something that's special and you don't see it anywhere else. And I've had the meetings with the Fortune 20 companies, multi-billion-dollar companies. And every time, I can honestly tell you, every time I've ever done a presentation, it's well received by the top executives, the physicians, the nutrition people. I mean, they hate sometimes because they're learning things that they didn't know they didn't know. And it's going to live on because we've done the work, and now we're in a position to do even more work and to reach even more people. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me that in the coming 20, 30 years, and I would love to still be here to see all this happen, that the U.S. government will take our methodology and make that standardized. Because the way we teach nutrition is different than what anyone else is doing. And anyone who's hearing me live, okay, or you're catching a replay, you know that the diet-free life methodology is the way. It is the way because it's nutrition education at the highest level. And when I say at the highest level is, one, we know it works. And number two, it meets everybody where they are. Can't make this stuff up. So I want to take some time and I want to like give you some insight, because as I record this live on a Thursday, December 26, 2024, because many of you may be watching this and it's 2027 by the time you watch the replay, because I'm not going to pull it down, because everything that I'm sharing with you will continue to be what it is. And I can go back and show you video of me on many TV shows 15, 20, 25 years ago saying the same thing. I mean, there's a couple things that have evolved, but I'm basically saying the same thing, right? I'm always talking about meeting someone where they are before others have started talking about it. I've always said, eat the foods you love and enjoy, and you can still lose weight, improve health, get off medications. That's a big part of our uniqueness at this moment, but it's always been the goal. And when people hear it for the first time, it almost sounds too good to be true, but we know it's not, especially those of you who have been clients. And even those of you who were a client and you're not a client, you know, I'm willing to bet, unfortunately, that you've gained your weight back. You're not doing as well as you once were. And somewhere psychologically, you got off course and maybe lacked the humility to call me. Some of you will go to some of my other coaches because you're embarrassed, because what you were doing was working. And I've learned over the years that when you find something that works, unless it's creating some other kind of problem in your life, you continue doing what works. And don't get caught up in your feelings, and don't get frustrated and sad or mad about something and take things personal. When you have something that works, you continue doing what works. And so my call out right now, I put it out there as I record this. Our goal is to get 5 more coaches on board before 2025. I have 2 as I record this video. I got room for 3 more. Then the price almost doubles. Now, even when our price for the certification doubles, it's still a steal. I mean, it's still a deal because you get so much when you become a certified coach with us. Like, knowing what I know about it, everybody should be wanting to be a coach, especially all the people who want to be health coaches, or they want to talk about supplements, or they want to promote supplements. You want to be a coach, and you want to be certified with an evidence-based and clinically proven methodology. Then that separates you from everyone else. Like when I'm on a panel, there's no other people on the panel that have a clinically proven method, which means we have clinical outcomes that give us all the credibility that we want. It's not a guess, it's not some other study. We have our own clinicals with third parties that proves the effectiveness. And when I say outcomes, what do I mean by that? We have demonstrated through clinical trials that the way we teach people how to eat, and that's foods you love and enjoy, you eat them in a certain combination. And as a result of doing that, and you're consistent, right? You don't feel like you're on a diet. You don't feel like you're deprived. You're eating regular, everyday food, whether you're rich or poor. It all comes down to how we teach you how to eat. As a result of eating that way, 100% of our participants in both clinical trials lost weight. 100% of the people in our clinical trials improved their metabolic conditions, meaning they lowered their triglycerides, they lowered their blood pressure, they improved their hemoglobin A1C. Like all of these metabolic factors improved. They dropped body fat, their BMI got better, their body mass index, their waistline got smaller just by learning how to eat. And then when you get like even closer to it, we've been able to demonstrate how we can get a large percentage of people off blood pressure medication, off medications like metformin, off many other like conditions. Not 100%, but we have the data, right? And we've proven that we can improve those outcomes. That's why clinically proven is so powerful. So imagine you become a coach with us. You're now teaching our methodology, which every coach is licensed to do. And as a result of being licensed to do it and having those claims, you begin a practice that's already established. What else is there? What else is there to say? And whether you want to make it a side gig and you work a little bit and coach a few people, or whether you want to run with it and coach a lot of people, that's totally up to the individual. So I want to invite you to come on board because we're beginning our training, right? Today, again, is Thursday as I record this, the 26th of December. On the 27th, we begin our training, and you can get the training later. Even if you come on board next June, the training, I'm just excited to do the training. And if you can get on board earlier than later, then that puts you in a position where you can take advantage of some of the big promotions that we're going to have in the month of January. And most of those promotions won't kick off until the end of January. So we have time to promote it and get you like established. And you get to do it for yourself. Okay. Now, all of that being said, and again, the theme is talking about becoming a coach. Let me share something with you about a product that I endorse and a test that's available to all of the coaches. Now, not every one of our coaches promote the product like I do. Not every one of them promote the tests, but it saddens my heart, the ones who don't promote the test, because it's so important And I'm talking about knowing the difference or the value of knowing the difference between what your omega-6 to omega-3 ratios are. Okay, so I'm going to share a little video with you. Not a video, but some slides. So let's see. Let's stand together. And if you're catching me live, I would love to hear from you. Just say, hi, Robert, how you doing? What's going on? I'm catching you live. But I'm going to show you something. And then I'm going to explain to you why some nutritionists, dietitians, health coaches are literally clueless because they are doing their clients a disservice if they don't share with them what I'm going to share with you here in a second. This is how valuable it is. So I'm just looking up. I wasn't even prepared to do this part, but it's like, you know what? I gotta do it. I cannot do it. And so let me see. Let's see. Balance. Give me a second. Stay with me. Don't run. Don't disappear. Okay. Okay. I think I have it. I have it. I think the file is too big. Oh, this is absolutely horrible. Okay. You know what? I'm just going to ad-lib. Okay. I was on the call not too long ago because I was going to do a seminar, or I did a seminar in Arizona where it was framed around health and wealth. And the company that brought me on, they had a nutritionist who was part of the company. And so we got on the call and she mentioned that she was aware of this test that I want to tell you about. And she's aware of this product, this supplement called Balance Oil. And I said, oh, wow. So you know about the Balance Oil? She goes, oh, yeah, Robert. You know, I mean, people send me supplements. I take about 50 supplements every day. And I go, okay, so you're taking the Balance Oil. She goes, oh, no, I just, you know how it is. I tried it. And as soon as she said that, all I could think about was this woman is not a nutritionist. She's not. You cannot be a nutritionist and know what I'm going to share with you and not be on board with it. You cannot. Or you're willfully remaining ignorant, which is not doing a good service to your clients. So anyone who is a nutritionist or talks health and does not see the value of what I'm going to share with you right now, they are not real. And please let them know I said that. Now, if they're just not aware of it, that's a whole different conversation, because then we're going to make them aware of it. It's people who say they are aware of it, and then they see what I'm sharing with you. If they don't get this, they are an injustice to the profession. Because 99% of everybody that you know, 99%, guess what? They're deficient or have insufficient levels of omega-3. Kids and adults. So then what does it matter? If it's that bad, wouldn't everybody know? Everybody does not know. So I'm just going to give you a list. I wrote down 13 things that will happen in your life if you live long enough being deficient in omega-3s in your body. Not just any omega-3. Getting it into the cells, getting it into the tissues. And not all products do this. They don't. And how do I know that? Because we have done tests. There is a test that everybody can do. Okay. If you're living life long enough and you're deficient for years of your life, you know how you see those people with neuropathy and they walk and they have a hard time? That is going to happen because that is a deficiency of not having enough omega-3 in your body. So all those people that you see walking around and they have a hard time and they hate walking and feel like pins and needles on the bottom of their feet, That came about, one of the reasons why that came about in their life is that they didn't have enough omega-3. Now you're thinking, well, why didn't the doctor bring this up? Why didn't the doctor tell you not to eat trans fats? Why did the doctor tell you not to do a whole bunch of things? Many of my clients who are physicians, they're doctors, guess what? They're my clients. They came to me because they don't know certain things. And I teach them because this is my lane. Same as if I had to do a heart transplant, I don't know how to do that. I would be open to like teach me because I don't know if I can do that. That's not my lane. You guys got to hear what I'm saying. You must take your personal health into your own hands. And there's so many people that are deficient in omega-3. They look fit. They look like they take care of themselves. They look healthy. You are assuming they're healthy. They're not healthy. It's just a matter of time. If you go long periods of time deficient in vitamin D3, certain things show up also. Now, can you correct it? Yeah, if it's not too late. Okay. So here are 13 more things aside from a neuropathy. So I'm giving you 14 that will show up in time. I don't know if it's going to happen in your 40s, in your 50s, your 60s, but it's bound to happen because it compounds. It compounds. Chronic inflammation is number one. You're like, what is that? Well, most of you have an idea of inflammation. Chronic just means it's ongoing, consistent. So if you have fibromyalgia right now, that wasn't because of a meal you ate, one meal. That's years of being deficient in omega-3. And then the switch happens, you got it. Number two, heart disease. You know that there's a lot of people that you know that you probably broke bread with over Christmas holidays that has heart disease. They've been told they have heart disease. Go look it up. Go Google what's the population of people with heart disease. It's staggering. Staggering. In heart disease, they'll tell you often that as you get older, everybody has a level of heart disease. The longer you live, blah, blah, blah. But heart disease is also a symptom of being deficient in omega-3s. Not just any omega-3s, omega-3s at work, which is what we're talking about. So think about it. If you're a nutritionist and you know that this part of nutrition leads to some of these situations that I'm mentioning, and you choose not to make sure you're not deficient in omega-3, that would be a good thing, right? You don't want to be deficient. But if you choose not to do something about your situation or test, that's not good. Number three, cognitive decline, dementia, Alzheimer's. How many people do you know that has Alzheimer's? How many people do you know that has dementia? Now, did you know that 10,000 people turn to the age of 65 years of age every year right now? Did you know that Alzheimer's is growing as far as one of the leading causes of death? And did you know that Alzheimer's and dementia is only 3% genetic? And did you know that if you make sure you have an adequate amount of omega-3s in your body, you reduce your likelihood of dementia and Alzheimer's by 50% if you have enough omega-3s. Here's the good news. You can actually do a quick, easy test at home and find out. Well, can I get that with my doctor? No, you can't. I mean, you could, but they don't offer this. All of my clients who are physicians, they get the test from me. That's number 3. Number 4, mental health challenges. Whoa. Dr. Joseph Hibbelin has done multiple studies and have demonstrated that you can reduce suicidal thoughts by making sure you have enough omega-3 in your body. The right omega-3s, DHA in the brain. Imagine reducing suicidal thoughts by 50%. We're not talking 3%. That would be positive. We're not saying 10%. That would be really positive. 50%? See, sometimes I believe that people, when they hear the truth and they have an opportunity to correct certain things and they choose not to, I don't know what you call that. Like stubbornness, like what is that? Because I've talked about 4 things that will happen when you're deficient in omega-3s. Vision problems. You ever heard of dry eye syndrome? Macular degeneration? Other visual impairments as we age? Well, I can tell you this personally, that 28 of my clients, I had them do the tests, the balance test that we make available. They were all in the red, which is fine because now they're all moving into the green. They all used to have dry eye and now they don't. You know, if you go to Norway, like no one has dry eye. There's a reason for that. But you come to America and we're deficient in omega-3. And you can correct that. If you don't have a good amount of omega-3 in your body, you're going to have dry eye. Actually, I just thought of someone that I'm excited to check on. As soon as I'm done with this video, I'm going to send her a text because she's had really bad dry eye. And I'm ready to find out how things are going with her. And I believe, my gut tells me, and I will report back to you that she's doing better. Number 6, if you do not get an adequate amount of omega-3, in time, you will have insulin resistance and metabolic syndrome. What is that? Type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, fatty liver, obesity. Let's look at fatty liver. In 1979, no one was diagnosed with non-alcoholic fatty liver. Not one person in America. Today, 45% of all adults, 45% of all adults, 45% of all adults are living with non-alcoholic fatty liver. You don't think there's some connection between a lack of omega-3 and the crazy rise of fatty liver? If you stay deficient, it's not tomorrow, but you will have to deal with this. Number 7, poor gut health. One of the reasons why I really like this product, the Balance Oil, is that I know the importance of omega-3 fatty acids, and I also know the importance of polyphenols. And I also know the importance of when they are combined. And when you talk about gut health, which I have been a student of since 2010, and I've spent amazing time with certain smart, accomplished people like Dr. Sabine Hazan. And I know that omega-3s are a prebiotic. I know that polyphenols are a prebiotic. I know the benefits of the gut. And I know that there's a lot of people with gut issues, a lot of younger people struggling with their gut issues. They have dysbiosis. I know people living with IBS. I know people living with inflammation in their digestive tract. And I know that that ties into not getting enough of omega-3. Everything that I'm sharing with you guys is substantiated. Everything. Number 8, joint pain and stiffness. How many people do you know that are walking around with joint pain and stiffness? The anti-inflammatory properties of omega-3 helps with all of that. You even see there's ads But the difference is they're working off scientific papers when they run the ads with some of these old fish oils and omega-3s out there, but they don't have the polyphenols. They are not as efficient. They don't work the same as the balanced oil. They don't. How do we know that? All you got to do is take a test. Man, unbelievable. Number 9, skin, hair, and nail issues. Dry, flaky skin, brittle hair and nails, and increased risk of eczema and other skin conditions. One of my clients, she's had eczema for 30-something years and now it's gone. Did she have it for all those years because she was deficient in omega-3? Well, it looks like it. Number 10, fatigue and energy issues. See, omega-3 fatty acids play a huge role in improving cellular function, meaning the cell membrane can become rigid when you don't have enough omega-3s in the cell membrane. And we know if you don't have enough because we have a test. And when nutrients have a difficult time getting into the cells, your mitochondria, which is the powerhouse of your cells, can't produce this important molecule called ATP. And when you don't have enough or as much ATP, you're tired. You don't have the same get up and go. And you're trying to fix that with caffeine and all these other things. And your poor little cells are just struggling to get nutrients to do what they're designed to do. And then when you have waste that builds up inside the cell, it doesn't get out of the cell as easy. So fatigue and energy issues, if you don't have it now and you remain deficient in omega-3, it will happen. Number 11, we're almost there. Weak immune function. You know how you want your body to be able to fight infections and reduce autoimmune flare-ups, like people who have lupus, gout. When you have a deficient immune system, which a big part of our immune system is our gut health, 70% of it is your gut health, then you have weak immune function. If a person is deficient for a long periods of time, right? And most of us have been deficient our whole lives. Your body adapts and it works hard to work around it and keep you doing and moving. But even those who are working out and really working hard to combat the symptoms of not having enough omega-3s in the body, eventually these things will show up. I'm seeing it with people in their 40s and 50s and 60s. Bone health decline. A lot of people don't know it, but bone health, your bone density, is enhanced by having enough omega-3s. Without them, you're more likely to experience osteoporosis and fractures. Number 13, and we'll stop there because I did touch on neuropathy. Increased risks of neurodegenerative disease. That means faster cognitive decline. Imagine some of you who are watching your mom, your dad, people you love experience dementia, Alzheimer's, vascular dementia. That's poor blood flow to the brain and faster cognitive decline. Imagine learning what I am aware of and what I'm sharing with you. And there's a very good likelihood that the reason that happened to your family member, the person you love or care about, is because they were deficient in omega-3. sharing with you 14 things that we know will happen if you live long enough and you continue to be deficient in omega-3. Imagine if they were never deficient. One of my clients' mom forgot who she was because she's the caretaker and the mom has Alzheimer's. And she asked me back in April of 2024, should she give her mom the balance oil that I endorse? I said, absolutely. What is it going to hurt? Fast forward, and you can look at my videos because I'm going to do we haven't done it yet. So it'll be after this video at one point. I'm going to interview her, and you will hear Darylyn share with you how her mom has moments of in and out now. She recognizes her daughter and can have conversations because she started using this balance oil. When you know what I'm sharing with you, how can you keep this a secret? It would be an injustice. It would be mean if I didn't share this. Now, let me keep it real. As a partner with the company, I make money as a result of people buying the product. I mean, it's not like a lot of money, but I do make money. The same as if I had a book, I would disclose that as also. Or if I had a program, right? I'm going to keep it real, because the only way that I can make this test available to people, and the only way I can make this product available to people, is if I became a partner with the company. It's a no-brainer to me because I'm informed. I know the importance of omega-6 to 3 ratios. I know the importance of omega-3 percentage in the body. I know the importance of polyphenols. This is what I do for a living and have done for over 30 years. So if that's how I'm going to make it available to people that I care about, then yes, I became a partner. It's my profession. So that's why when I met that nutritionist and she said she was aware of it, but yet she wasn't using it, I go, you're not a nutritionist. You're a pretender. You're a pretender. You cannot be a real, legit nutritionist and not understand the importance of bridging the gap when it comes to our levels of omega-3. You cannot. And I would love to debate anyone on this. So all these nutritionists you see on TV and all these people talking about health and wellness, and they're not speaking about the importance of omega-6 to 3 when the World Health Organization has been preaching it for years. The National Institute of Health has been preaching it for years. All of the European company institutes around the world have been preaching the importance for years. And with the industrial revolution that we've gone through, as far as the way the world is designed, the constant increase of consumption of omega-6, these vegetable seed oils, the lack of consuming quality food, where the food that we eat once ate all the things from the earth in good soils. Come on. Anyone who says they're in my lane and they do what I do and they don't acknowledge the importance of this, they are not real. They're a liar. They're a pretender. That's how important it is. It is the most important supplement that I am aware of. You know, like there's one that's very important, like glutathione. I also know that having an adequate amount of omega-3 helps correct the lack of glutathione that our bodies can create. And people are going and buying supplements where you're buying supplements for glutathione because you had a deficiency of omega-3. If you didn't have a deficiency of omega-3, you wouldn't need to supplement with glutathione. I know that people are supplementing with iron infusions. I was talking to a mom not too long ago. Her daughter was always tired. They would wait and wait and wait and then take her to get an iron infusion. And I know that when you are deficient in omega-3, you don't absorb iron from food, which would make you deficient. I mean, God, you can't make this up. All I can tell you is that we have a test. I've literally cried so many times on Zooms in the last few months. I have. Because this is something that can be corrected. And I thank God that this company was introduced to me, and I have coaches that count on me and respect me. And once I discovered it, knowing what I knew, I was like, wow, this is too good to be true. And thank God it wasn't. So I put it in front of the coaches. Many of them that I put it in front of, they're like, it makes sense to us too, Robert. And then we all jumped on board and made it part of our practice. Now the goal is just to get the word out so we can help more people. So I share with you 14 outcomes, and there's way more that will come if you live life long enough and continue to be deficient in omega-3s. It will likely happen to you. And you can avoid that by not being deficient. And you don't got to buy the balance oil that I'm endorsing. You can say, I'm going to stick with my oil. I'm going to stick with my okay. You may say, I'm going to go buy one at different. I'm going to go to Sprouts. I'm going to go to Whole Foods. Okay. Great. But get the test so that your product may be working. But why take a product when you can find out if it's actually working? Why just take it because you think it works? People who do that, there's an ego challenge. I don't know what you call that. But if I could test with the most sophisticated, validated scientific way of testing, which is a dried blood spot test, it is the wave of the future. The days of just testing plasma, right? When they draw your blood, we are so past that. We want to look at that red blood. We're going to look at that red blood cell membrane. Same as a hemoglobin A1C. Like imagine if you only could test if you're diabetic with fasting glucose. We know the gold standard is a hemoglobin A1C test because it looks at the cell for the last 120 days. The same thing happens when you do a dried blood spot test that we make available, and it's affordable. Then you can find out if your eating is helping you. You can find out if the supplement you're taking is helping you. You can find out if the product that I endorse called the Balance Oil is helping you. You can't make this up, man. It doesn't get so you can hate on me, not like me. You can say, Robert, you cut me off on the street, whatever. The truth is the truth. And if we are on this earth to contribute, making it better for others, contributing in a way to help others, if that's you, then I know we're in alignment. If you don't give 2 cents about people and you just want to sell a product, okay, because you got a lot of those people too, then I'm not in alignment with you. You can just go sell whatever. But if you're looking for the truth, and when technology actually has something that is available to us where we can actually help a person see the truth through a test, come on. Doesn't get any better than that. I wish we could test for everything. And this is one that makes sense. So I'm excited for our coaches because God knows that I am in this to make a difference. And I like to be on top. I like to be right. I like to know when I go to bed at night that the things I recommended to people is the best that I could recommend at that time. I wouldn't want to be like that nutritionist that I mentioned earlier, or that doctor who doesn't want to give this a chance to look at, and they're relying only on what they learned in medical school. I don't want to be those people. And maybe they get numb. Maybe they get to a point where they don't want to know that they gave information that was lackluster. There's people like that. Maybe ego is so big that, I mean, I have coaches that sell makeup and they sell all kinds of things, and it blows my mind. They sell lies, and they're coaches of mine, and I watch them. And I'm not saying that they're selling lies with makeup. I'm just saying that sometimes people are going to sell things that don't line up with what can help people, because their main passion is making money. And fortunately, the majority of the coaches that I have that I talk to on a regular basis, they all want to make money, but they actually care. We care. And I don't see that changing, because I keep meeting people. When you get into like a company where they have partners and it's multi-level marketing or network marketing, you're gonna meet people who are like in it for completely different reasons than you. But when you become a coach with me, I can tell you right now, we're in it for how we can help people. And if you can make money, and people are going to make money, great. But we lead with our heart. We lead with passion. We lead with a desire to positively help people. Those are the kind of coaches that I want. So if you're not that kind of coach, don't reach out to me about becoming a coach. Go somewhere else. There's a whole bunch of health coaches out there that sell all kind of stuff. That's not us. Again, we're evidence-based and clinically proven. Just knowing that there is no other organization that certifies people as nutritionists, health, and weight loss coaches. There is not one anywhere that I am aware of that has an evidence-based and clinically proven methodology that the people teach. We are the only one. So if you just want to teach something, make up your own thing, that's not us. If you're in it because you want to provide real, legit, solid information that's going to help people and it's going to touch them in all areas of their life, reach out to me. Anyway, I'm Robert Ferguson. Hey, I think I caught Sandy. Sandy was here. What's up, Sandy? Claudia, I've known for years. Well, actually, I've known Sandy and Claudia for years, and they're both coaches. I'm glad you guys caught me live. Anyway, this wasn't impromptu. And if you came in toward the end, I strongly recommend you catch it from the beginning. We covered a lot of good information, and the goal was to put you guys in a position to see more of the value and the potential of becoming a coach. And I'll end on this one last thing. Many times people will put off becoming a coach because they feel like they have not been successful at losing weight or eating better. Don't let that block you from becoming a coach. I have coaches who still have weight to lose, but they're great coaches. So imagine if those coaches decided, I'm not going to start coaching until I lose the weight so I can be a demonstration for everybody else. Now, when I hear that, I go, no, you got it all wrong. You got it totally wrong, right? Because I'll never forget, there's a huge organization, and they have about 6 million members. And I met with the head of the board of their wellness department. And she says, well, Robert, if you can help me lose weight, then I'm going to give you access to 6 million people. And I wanted to stand up and walk away. You know why? She was not looking at helping other people. She was thinking about helping her own damn self. She's going to base how I could help other people on her compliance, on her adherence, on her follow through. That was so shallow, it made me sick to my stomach. Everybody's going to move at different paces. You may be a great coach, but yet struggle for many reasons on losing weight yourself. But you can coach a lot of people. I mean, you see that all the time. I mean, John Wooden, basketball coach, I got to meet this man. He was an amazing coach, but not a good player. Vince Lombardi, the Packers, amazing coach. Some people say he was the best coach of all time, but not a good player. You follow me? There are some great coaches. Michael Jackson had one of the best voices recorded of all time. Do you think that his voice coaches can sing like him? But they helped him sing better. So don't block your gift of helping other people just because you are struggling yourself. I don't judge people by what they look like. I hope this is making sense. Because I watch a lot of people, they'll look at someone really fit and strong and can do all kinds of things. They must be a good coach. That doesn't mean they're a good coach. Do they know about testing for the omega-6 to 3 ratios? Do they know how to explain arachidonic acid? But yet they look fit, like the lady that I told you about earlier, who says she's a she ain't no nutritionist. If you take 50 supplements and you choose not to improve your omega-6 to 3 ratios, how can you be a real nutritionist? You can't. That's like, I'm a doctor, but I'm going to prescribe cyanide to everybody. I mean, really? Come on, man. It's not about what you look like. And I lost that gig. I didn't get the deal. It was millions of dollars. If I didn't give a shit, I would have got the deal. But I was like, this ain't going anywhere. And I met way more people than that in my life than people on the other side. So I'm in it to win it. And if I find another tool that I can recommend, let's say I found, well, I can't say I'm going to find a better product because we do testing, we know the product works. But, it's just interesting. In the last year, I watched people do network marketing companies that are my Facebook friends. And then they jump to another one. They jump to another one because they're doing it for the wrong reasons. Now, if it's money and that's only that, it's only about money. That's why they're jumping around. Why would you be jumping around? Look, I'm going to tell you right now, and I'm going to close. I'm telling you right now, I can't imagine not making the balance test available to people as a nutritionist and a guy who actually cares and wants to help people. I can't imagine not telling my clients about the product. I can't imagine not teaching people how to make what we call fat burning meals when we teach nutrition. I can't imagine it. What else am I going to teach them? Intermittent fasting when I know better? Am I going to teach them carnivore when I actually know better? When I have a clinical trials that support that our stuff works? Why would I promote anything outside of that? That would be jumping at trends, chasing money. I got to get smart and continue to be smart when it comes to how you market it, but I'm not changing the methodology. Some of you who catch the replay or catch me live, I've been teaching the same thing for many years. We just make it better. If there was something better, I would actually teach that. I can't think of anything better. I haven't seen anything better. And I wanted to have a supplement that I can endorse and recommend. I really did. I wish some of these companies out there that pay all this money, they had a product that actually made sense to me, but they don't. Then I would be part of those companies. But there's a lot of people, got my paycheck, getting paid every week. And that's how they promote. That's all they have. And I'm not hating on them because that's all they got. And that's all they know as far as how to win. They don't know how to really be a conduit to help somebody. I mean, imagine having 28 clients that I have that used to buy drops for their dry eye. And when I talk to them on the phone right now, they no longer have that as a problem. You don't think that feels pretty good? I would not have been able to do that without having a product that helps that. I would not have been able to do that if I couldn't give them the value or show them the value. And every day that people go without it, they're putting off doing the things that will help prevent or reduce the risk of the 14 things that I mentioned that will happen over time. If you're a parent and you have a kid who's in their 20s or 30s and you share with them this, you can make it where they're less likely to have dry eye. They're less likely to have fibromyalgia. They're less likely to have some of these symptoms that come with being deficient in omega-3. If you can get them early, you can prevent all of that. Unbelievable. All right, I'm done. My goal, I wanted to go an hour and I made it. I'm at the 58-minute mark. Any questions? For those who caught me live, any questions? I know sometimes I miss it. I don't get a chance to, depending on the platform you're at. Like if you're on Facebook, sometimes the questions don't pop up and I don't see them. That's why I encourage people, even if you catch me on Facebook, you see me doing a live. If you want to interact, go to the YouTube channel because I can always see your questions pop up on YouTube. If you're on Facebook, sometimes they pop up, sometimes they don't. So I would encourage you to jump over to Facebook. And hey, what's up there? Chrissy Chris. All right, Chrissy Chris, I'm glad you caught me. You know what? If you came late, Chrissy, watch the whole thing. There's some good information. I went longer than I would like to. And I actually thought I was going to share my screen, which would have made it a little bit more interactive. But you know what? It is what it is. And this is the way it worked out. So aside from that, I want to say thank you guys. But there's 14 things that I mentioned, all substantiated with many references, that if a person goes a long time, which is most of our lives, without having adequate amounts of omega-3, what is likely to happen to them? We went from dry eye all the way to heart disease, to Alzheimer's, to vision problems, other vision problems, to chronic inflammation, and the list goes on and on. Because sometimes people are motivated to use a product based on what they don't want to happen. And if you have data that supports that, then you can get that person, because there's some of us that are proactive, right? We love the idea of having car insurance before we get in an accident. We love the idea of having health insurance or life insurance before we die, because we're thinking about people that we love. So there are people like that. And so this would speak to those people. Some people don't do anything until they're in the situation, right? When they have kidney failure, when they have fatty liver, when they have insulin resistance and struggle to lose weight, like they wait until it's bad. But there are people, if they know that this is preventative as well as helpful now, that may be enough to get those people to say, I want that. So anyway, I'm Robert Ferguson. I share because I care, and I will always do that. So until the next one, which will be mañana, make sure you subscribe on the YouTube channel. Make sure you hit like. That does help me reach more people because we're on a mission to get the word out. And a big part of that word is nutrition education. So until then,
In a world of
peace out.
change, there's a new way to see. No more counting calories, just living free. Robert Ferguson's got the plan you need. With diet-free life, it's the key. No more starving, getting rid of inflammation. Choosing healthy choices, providing you with sound information. Bringing balance to hormones and insulin through food. With DFL, teaching you food choices that see you through. DFL, we're teaching you to eat food right. Teaching you to pair food with each bite. Balancing our body's microbiome, feeling so right. With diet-free life, it helps futures